Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy launch day, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. It's me, Josh Welgus. You know me as Gilly in the comments and across the CTG internet verse. I'm really tired. I slept very poorly last night. I slept very poorly 2 nights ago. I think a combo of daylight savings time. Also, my house was really warm last night because it's unseasonably warm here in Minnesota.
It is actually.
So if I look tired, I am tired. So I'm just gonna let you know that. Who are you?
I'm Manny Tremblay.
What do you do?
I draw stuff and design stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, specifically Wroth. I mean,
Yeah.
that's actually kind of what we're here to talk about today.
Yeah, exactly. So the campaign's live. I think we're breathing down 100K's neck right now. So we'll start to unlock some stretch goals, which will be super fun. I've said this to Manny. I've said this to people around the company. What? 100K. We just hit 100K.
Boom.
Yes. Molded new Wroth emblemized troops on the way.
Guys, but not the translucent.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I have no idea what to expect in terms of like what we're going to end up taking on this campaign.
I have no idea.
Nobody in the company really had any clue. Again, it's like this is such a different kind of vibe for chip theory that I am so excited about. Again, I've also said to you and to other people around the company, like I think this is like the only chip theory game I'm going to personally be able to find time for, like outside of work, which is great. I mean, 20 Strong is 20 Strong. That's a solo game. I know this is blasphemy. I'm not a huge solo gamer myself, but Wroth, I feel like I can bust out with just about anybody and get a game in. And we really, the playtime's down to 60 minutes.
Yeah. I played 4 players last night.
At 60 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There you go. From the man himself. Like this is a very just different deal for us, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So we're here. We want to take your questions, and if there aren't any questions, we won't take any questions.
It's true.
But we're here to answer your questions. So shoot us your questions in the chat, and then they will pop up magically on the screen that's over there for us to read and to answer. I hope everybody's had a chance to dig into the campaign and take a look at all the things. A couple things that I'll mention before we get into something that I want to make sure we address in the early going. There is a draft rulebook coming later in the campaign, so we have it in a pretty good place. Mm-hmm. However, as we're going to talk about in a minute here, solo and co-op is evolving daily, really, is what it feels like. So so we want to make sure that the our prototype rule set for that is as close to the way that we're actually playing it internally as possible before we drop that and allow it to be downloaded. But we will have a draft rulebook coming later in the campaign. I'm not going to give a specific date on it just because I don't want to overpromise anything. But it will be coming before the end of the campaign, so you'll be able to look at that and take a look. That's redundant. Also, the other thing that I wanted to mention is similarly, we will have a video on how to play solo and co-op coming later in the campaign. Again, those rules, as I just mentioned, have evolved. And so we had a video kind of like half filmed, and then Manny and Adam, who have been working hard on the solo co-op, made a handful of adjustments that are pretty consequential. And we want to make sure that makes it into the how to play video as well. So we need to film a new example turn and do a little bit more work. Mr. Andrew Santoro is going to be all over that in the coming days as the campaign progresses. So so I wanted to cover that. And along those same lines, I want to talk a little bit about solo and co-op because there are a few videos dropping across the internet. You can go watch Beyond Solitaire's video, One Stop Co-op Shop, Not Board Gaming with Mark Dainty. And I just want to be very, very clear that when Manny when you brought Wroth to us, PvP was already like pretty buttoned up. Yep. Obviously we're still making a handful of little balance tweaks. We're finding exactly the sweet spot for each and every little mechanic and rule, user interface, all that kind of stuff. But PvP was pretty well in the bag. And why don't you talk about what you presented us originally with solo and co-op?
Yeah. So when I first brought it to them, there was a plan for co-op and solo. and it had a single faction. So the Uglon were the only AI-based faction.
Mm-hmm.
So I intended for them to have a separate board that had their own kind of action sets that they could do, and it kind of it had like a carousel basically of things that would happen over the course of each round. We knew in each round they would do X, Y, Z in order, and it worked. It was totally playable. It functioned, but as is the case with most games, it was in a raw form.
Mm-hmm.
And when we sat down, we talked about it. We're like, hey, I think it was you specifically that were like, everyone's going to want every faction to be AI. And I'm like, I knew that. And that is true. And so that began the long path of making sure every faction was playable as PvP and in the co-op solo.
Right.
And so when you go from one AI faction to 7,
mm-hmm. That's only a 700% increase.
That is only 700% increase.
Or I guess it's a 600% increase.
Sure, 600. Right? There's a number. It's an increase of that amount.
Yeah, math, man. Math.
And so as we started doing that, then it's just normal that in any game design, you start to, as you pull back the carpet, you start to realize, oh, there's a bump there. Oh, there's a bump there. Oh, there's a little thing we need to iron out there. And I think that's just the natural process. And I think it's part of the beauty, honestly, of campaign-based games, mm-hmm. is that we get to step out in front of everyone and be like, we're making our game. You get to watch. And so part of that process, of course, is sharing with reviewers or YouTubers or media. And they get to play games at an early state. When I was at Gamma, I played with multiple media people there. And I played co-op, I played PvP, and unless they were lying to me, everyone I played with had a great time.
Yeah.
We had a blast. The co-ops were tight. But I think part of that might be that I was present and able to iron out any rules issues that we had as we were going. And I think that's kind of the nature of having the living rule book sitting at the table. Mm-hmm. It helps. And that's part of the process.
Yeah.
So is there growth within the PV or the co-op? Oh, of course. Mm-hmm. And Adam and I have been working on that. Adam is doing an amazing job building all the systems. And one of the systems involves it's basically the event for each faction. So each, like the Alden, has an event card. So that creates a win condition. It has a chaos die menu. It has a difficulty meter or metric. And often there are 2 win conditions for each. So as we go, we're building all of these new structures and formats in. And the game can be volatile. Mm-hmm. It can be really dynamic for you or against you. And so that's kind of one of the debates we're having, honestly, is how much do we want to invite chaos and volatility into a co-op? Because as I've experienced, especially with co-op players, is there's a desire for optimization. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to lovingly say that co-ops often are like exercises in optimization. Mm-hmm. How efficient can we be? How efficient, like in winning, did we win at 100%? Did we win at 90%? That kind of stuff. And Wroth kind of dumps that on its head a little bit and says, well, you can go ahead and optimize, but I'm going to throw chaos at you the whole time. Mm-hmm. So now you're trying to optimize within a world of chaos. And so I embrace that personally. Mm-hmm. But I think what we need to do is dial in. And we need to bring down those highs and bring up the lows a little bit. So there's still chaos, but it fluctuates in a tighter metric.
A little bit more predictable window. Yeah, absolutely. So I just wanted to address that because there is still definitely a ways to go on solo and co-op. Yep. You're going to see as we start to unlock some stretch goals. We would like to make more scenarios that don't exist presently. That's not this is not a case of gating content that we've already developed. No, there's still more to do, and totally. all of the factions, we're working on getting them much more dialed in their co-op and solo state. So it's one of those things where it's like the more finished, like this is the most beautiful prototype easily come campaign that we have ever had, I think, for anything. The art is largely finished, aside from like some stretch goals that we might unlock. The board looks great. We have the actual heat transfer dice for the most part, aside from a few that were printed wrong, but we even got those this last week.
Right,
oh, you got, there it is. Yeah. So there's also just there can be this element, like we have an actual printed box with an actual cover art on it. There can often be a case of like, oh, it looks super finished, so it must be finished. And this is still just like all of our games that we bring to Kickstarter or GameFound. I just want to be hyper clear. There's still work to do on this, even though it looks
totally
super gorgeous and sexy today. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yep.
Any other comments on that?
No, I actually enjoy that part, honestly. I think it can backfire against you a little bit. People might think, oh, well, you're trying to tell us the game is done. And I think that's just part of the beauty of crowdfunding.
Yeah.
Is, we get to cook in public.
Yeah, yes we do. Yes we do. This is like what's the, I can't even think, when they do Chinese food or Japanese? Is that Japanese? Like at Benihana? What's that called?
Oh, hibachi grills?
Hibachi, yeah.
Yes. Except I can't get the egg to land on the side of the spatula and then crack in half. It's going to just like land on my hand, and then it's going to land in your lap, and I'm going to throw shrimp in your mouth, and then you're going to miss. Yeah.
Wow. Is that happening today?
Not today.
Okay. All right. I'm allergic to shellfish, so that's good. You would kill me.
I'm not going to throw shrimp in your mouth, though.
I actually have no idea if I'm allergic to shellfish.
There's none in my pocket, honestly. Yeah. I swear there's no shrimp in my pocket.
When I'm about to finally beat you at a game of Wroth, Manny's going to suddenly throw a shrimp in my mouth and kill me, and that's going to be the end.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect. I have no idea how we got. I'm tired. Did I mention I'm tired? Okay, let's jump to a few of these questions that we have sitting up here. Will those emblems be on the metal troops as well? So this, they're talking about the stretch goal for 100,000. We're going to add a little etched Wroth emblem in the top of the troops. That may necessitate that the troop shape change a little bit, even to make that emblem legible. So we'll see about that. But yes, the idea would certainly be that the metal tokens would also have that same emblem on the top of it. What is in the box of each of the add-on factions? I think you can click into each of them, and maybe we didn't elucidate that super well. In each of the factions boxes, you have the faction itself with the map, front and back. You have all of their elite troop cubes, not dice because they're not rolled. We have to call them cubes. You have all of their specific color troops, and then you also have their feat card, like so. And then you will also have however many AI scenarios are necessary or are unlocked for each faction. Each of the add-on factions will come with, the idea is that they'll all have an equal amount at the end of the day. So you'll have their AI set essentially will come with them as well. I think that's everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yeah. Okay. What add-ons will fit in the base box? Presently, so a couple things. One, I do believe that the final box size will be slimmed down a little bit compared to what we are presently showing. Some of that's going to depend on final content. Some of that's going to depend on insert development. The box that we have right now, again, is a prototype box. It will probably be streamlined a little bit. However, one of the nice things about this game's very svelte footprint on the table, aside from the big map, is that yes, everything should easily fit in the base game box, especially in this initial wave of content. Now, if this game goes gangbusters for us and we do another campaign in the future, or even outside of a campaign, if we release more factions or that kind of thing, I can't guarantee that it'll all fit in the base box forever. But yes, especially for this first wave of content, we will certainly make sure that the box accommodates all of this initial wave of content. And then, will there be multiple AI card options for each faction? That is dependent on funding. I believe right now the base game says that they each come with one. Yep. We want to unlock a whole bunch more. Yep. But that will depend on funding. The bulk of the stretch goals actually is more AI scenarios. So one of the things we've been really, really committed to, and I think this game is already more expensive than you had originally kind of pitched it to us as. You were very clear that you wanted this to be like an affordable, small footprint game. And of course, we were like, but Manny, we got to have neoprene.
Yes,
we have to have neoprene, Manny.
Of course.
It's a thing. We have to have it. we have to do PVC cards, Manny. We can't not.
I know.
Yeah. So, but we are very, very committed to a very specific price point on this game, and we even coming into the campaign before any stretch goals are unlocked, we're already like. I think the biggest stretch goal is the possibility of changing up the score tracker to potentially neoprene. It's a pretty hefty funding goal that we have to hit in order to add that, though. So, and maybe I don't know, maybe we would sell it separately or something if we don't hit that stretch goal. I'm not sure, but the point is, we have to be pretty conscious about what additional componentry we add to this box right now, or the price tag becomes not feasible. So, some of the give and take, right? So like, and with 20 strong, it was like, oh, you guys didn't make the deck boxes, plastic deck boxes. They're cardboard. It's like if you want Chip Theory to make affordable games that are at a lesser price point, we do have to draw lines in the sand on occasion. So just be aware of that. And again, what this game is doing is very different from like what the Elder Scrolls is doing. The Elder Scrolls MSRP, I think, at the end of the day is going to end up being like $235 now that we've added the Thieves Trove in there. So we're still making the crazy, and it is actually crazy. Again, when you folks get Elder Scrolls and you see what's in there, it's gonna blow your mind. But not everything can be Elder Scrolls, and we don't want all of our games to be $150 to $235. Plus, this game's doing a really specific thing that we absolutely love about it, and it fits, I think, perfectly in our catalog as an alternative to those insane productions. So that was a really, really long and involved answer to a question about more AI cards, but I just wanted to. It's kind of a blanket over this whole campaign that we are. This product, this game, we signed it for a very specific purpose and reason, and we are really committed to that vision of what this product brings to the table, literally and figuratively. There you go. Okay. Will another map be presented as an add-on later in the campaign, Manny? No. How many maps are you secretly holding on to along with your shrimp in your pocket?
Well, I have shrimp in the pocket. Beyond the shrimp in the pocket, no, there are no plans to have additional maps. The map, the changing nature of the map is really based on the victory point tokens that are randomized and put out. And I think that is effectively what people are looking for, is they want variable intention or region power or region bonuses. One of the things you'll realize when you play it is that if the highest value tokens are on the outside islands, that means that there is easy access from deployment zone, but it's actually difficult to get to once you've entered the fray. Whereas if high points are at the top of the hill, then it's actually harder to get to them. But once you get to them, it makes it difficult for other people to climb to you to get access to them and fight you over them. So it would be, if I were going to make another map, what I would be doing is building that into the map structure. Build the idea of building different elevation points or two hills opposite each other with bridges or something like that. Now, in some future iteration of Wroth, might we do that? Sure, maybe. That'd be great. But I think right now, again, keeping it in the simplified package, the variability it's actually greater than it would seem when you first look at the board and the tokens.
I would strongly agree with that. And even, if you go back and watch Manny and my last playthrough with we were playing with Santoro too, I believe. None of the 3-point tokens ended up out on the map, and that felt completely different from what we were squabbling over to a and even just like psychologically it felt very different. It really felt like, oh man, everything's valuable on the map, whereas my brain, when I see a 3 on the map, I really want to go for that 3, which is bad strategy. And as we have deduced, I am not good at this game, so it's perfect, right? But yeah, so it does. It seems like a really, really small piece of the game. You're right. It seems like, oh, that's whatever, how much variability can that create? It creates a ton. Again, both in function and as you're just reading the map, it changes the way that you think about your strategy in a pretty dramatic way. So yeah. Yep. Okay. Will all language editions ship at the same time? I cannot promise that. That is not really in our hands. I can say there is very, very, very limited text in this game. I mean, especially when you compare it to, like, say, Too Many Bones or the Elder Scrolls. You've got your reference cards, you've got the functions of the dice, and then you've got the rule book, and that's kind of everything. So we got the feat cards too. We don't foresee this being a big behemoth to translate for our partners. However, it's really on them and their workflow, and that changes from translation partner to translation partner, honestly. So there may be a number of them that ship with the English version. There may be a number of them, and then there may be a couple stragglers that are a little bit behind. But again, just to put it in perspective, you've got 7 of these cards to translate with 1 ability on the front and a little thing on the back. Compare that to just the item card deck in the Elder Scrolls, which is 150 items with more text than this on them each. And that gives you a perspective on this. This should translate pretty quick, we think. I'm not promising that, but
so you're saying there's a lot of words in Elder Scrolls.
There's just a few, just a few, just a few hundred cards, a couple, 100 pages of gazetteers, and a 50+ page rule book. No big deal, right? Yeah. Yeah. So I can't promise that all the language editions will ship together. I don't foresee it being a huge disparity, though, in when those things ship. It should be relatively close together, I would certainly think. And from a manufacturing standpoint, especially any of the components that are not language dependent, like the troops, like the dice, all that kind of thing, it behooves us to print all of that stuff together because it makes it cheaper when you print in quantity and in bulk. So, yeah. Is the dice drafting and that so dice drafting and having to pre-plan your round. Okay, so they're asking basically, like, does dice drafting and planning your turn lead to analysis paralysis?
That's a great question. I mean, I think that's a per person question more than it actually is a gameplay, because the dice themselves, they have 5. You have 5 options or actions. So when you draft the die, I know whether I'm drafting a deployment-based action, a disperse action, an attack action, or a gaining money or Cora action. So when I look at the menu and I draft that, yes, you can try to think ahead, but the game is all open information. So there will be turns where you're the first person to draft a die and to use that die. And that will give you the sense of, ooh, I'm empowered. I'm going to choose the one I want. Mm-hmm. But that also then allows the other people to draft in such a way to maybe try to counter what you think you're doing. And there are definitely times where going last in a round is actually super advantageous, even though your drafting pool option is limited because you went last. So can someone who's prone to AP live in that world? For sure, you could. But the amount of actions you actually have to choose from and the amount of things you can do is actually pretty small per turn.
Yeah, I would say so. I've been playing Castles of Burgundy a little bit the last few weeks, and in Castles of Burgundy, right, you have two dice on your turn that you're interacting with, and your action pool is fairly limited. This actually feels, not to compare this to Castles of Burgundy in any way, shape, or form from a gameplay perspective, really, but number one, when you roll the big pool of dice, like, there's going to be fairly obvious ones usually that you really want to go for, because you might roll a ton of the skulls and only a handful of other options. And so right away you're like, okay, well, a skull is going to be available for me if I want it. So I'm probably going to take I'm going to take one of the ones that's a little bit more limited. again, the fact that you're only doing usually 2 actions per round, unless you're the last player, in which case you get the extra die. Mm-hmm. I haven't played 20 games of Wroth, but I've played a few now, and I haven't seen in myself, and I'm not a particularly AP prone player, but I haven't seen in myself or even in the other people that I've played it with a significant amount of that. And as you said, you just played a 4-player game in less than an hour the other night. It really does move along in a really, really snappy way. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think so. If you have any other questions, fire them now, because in just a moment we're going to shift to a 3-player game of Wroth, not featuring me because I need to go and manage the campaign. Josh Carlson is not here. He's like on vacation for a campaign launch.
What?
And you should all make him feel bad next time we manage to get him on a stream. You should all make him feel very, very bad about that, which means I need to go and actually address if there's any issues and missing things on the campaign. But Manny and Carter and Santoro are going to play a 3-player game following this of PvP. So anyway, last chance to ask questions because we are down to our last one. So
I would say the real reason he's not playing is because the other 3 of us agreed we were going to gang up on him and make sure he lost. That was actually the reason, and I think he got wind of that. So that's why he's
need to beat Manny at this game. I will feel like I have lived an unfulfilled life if I don't manage at some point to beat Manny at this game. But it's almost like he designed it and knows how it works, and that's a little frustrating, to be honest. That's a little frustrating. I'm so used to playing co-ops with people that have designed co-ops. I'm not used to playing PvP against people. It's hard. Okay, anyway. Unless one is added, this is kind of the last question. So do you plan to have the game on Dized with guided setup and tutorial? Interesting you mentioned that. So we have had a lot of conversations with Dized over the last year. And I want to be hyper clear that 1, we love what they do, but also 2, we have no contract with them signed right now. Dized right now have the Wroth rulebook. They also have the draft Elder Scrolls rulebook, as it turns out. And we are very, very, very much hoping and I'll be honest, we're planning to have both of these games on Dized and to have these 2 be the first CTG games. Wroth being a much simpler game with way less, with a way more streamlined rulebook, we want to kind of use as a test case to see how that goes. And then ideally we would have a Dized tutorial for Elder Scrolls when the game drops. Again, I'm not officially announcing that right now because no contract has been signed. I do know that Andrew Chesney, our COO, was just at Gamma last week and talked to them extensively, and they are excited to potentially do both, but we do have some I's to dot and T's to cross to that end. So the answer is I sure hope so, and we are planning on it, but we are not promising it just yet. Hope that makes sense. So I don't see any other questions. Is there anything else in the chat that I should be...
One more question.
Okay.
Are you not able to scroll?
Oh, I haven't... Look at this.
You have a mouse.
Technology.
You've been able to scroll this whole time.
Look at how well this... Well, you can't see it on camera. This matches the aesthetic of our beautiful Elder Scrolls mat here.
It does
perfectly, actually. And therefore I just thought it was Elder Scrolls component. I didn't. I did not think that at all. I think the mouse is disconnected though, okay. So I actually can't.
What will be done to ensure the troop colors are colorblind friendly?
That's a great question. We will be testing that extensively, and we definitely this is a hard game to make colorblind friendly. To be honest, I don't know who to blame for that. It's but somebody really screwed that up. Somebody who I hate. I'm just kidding. We will do our darndest to make sure that this game is colorblind friendly. I will also say though that if you have concerns about that and my very, very non-committal answer to that scares you in any way, shape, or form, I would encourage you to just follow the campaign, and late pledges will be available. That's not a big deal. The pricing should be the same. And as we work through some of those things with again, we were pretty we needed to get these troop tokens needed to get here before they need to be made before the Lunar New Year or Chinese New Year, depending on how you've heard it referred to before. And these ain't it. These ain't it. They're the right shape, of course, but like the colors just are not at all what we were hoping for, because they were very hastily made to get our prototype here in time to have it and send out to content creators and all that kind of thing. So these need another pass, and they need another like deep dive look at what colors and that kind of thing we're going to use. But we certainly have the intent of making them, despite their vibrancy and despite their brightness, we're going to try to make them as distinguishable as we can to folks with colorblind or who are colorblind. So yeah, anyway, so my answer to that is we are aware of it. I know it's been asked several times. We are definitely taking a look at it. But again, if you are not yet convinced, don't back it. Like, wait until we have figured that out, and we'll present a solution, and then I would encourage you to buy it at that time, if that makes sense. So I am not Mr. FOMO. I'm not Mr. like high pressure sales guy. Like, there's been people who have thought this is the most beautiful game they've ever seen, and there's been people who have complained that it looks like we dumped a rainbow on it. And
it's true.
Like, that's fine. If this isn't your aesthetic, I'm cool with that. I think it's the coolest dang thing I've ever seen. I don't know who to blame for that. So anyway, I think any other questions? That's it. Okay. It's the end of our launch Q&A. Manny and our newest employee. Actually, he's technically not our newest employee anymore. Sadly, as of yesterday, actually. We have a website admin again, which is incredible. But Carter, our second newest employee, Mr. Andrew Santoro, and Mr. Manny Tremblay are going to play a PvP game with, it appears, the Uglon, the Eldon, and the Runin, unless that is going to change between shots. So we're going to take a 5 to 10 minute break, and we will be back with some Wroth PvP gameplay. Thank you for backing the game. Thank you for watching, and we will... Oh, and at 1:30, Good Time Society will also be streaming Wroth, and we are going to kick it over to them. So if this 3-player game doesn't finish by 1 o'clock, right? 1:30. If it does not finish by 1:30 Central Time, you may get a very unsatisfying ending to that game, but we're going to kick it over to Good Time Society because they are going to be streaming it as well today. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes with more Wroth gameplay.
welcome back. How's it going? So we are going to be quick because I got my times wrong. Good Time Society coverage is going live at 1. So you're going to check those folks out at twitch.tv/Good Time Society, link below. But we are going to play Wroth here right now. 3 players with Manny, me, Andrew Santoro, social media coordinator here, and our new intern Carter. These are all of our names. These are our roles. Manny, game designer. Me not. Him not. All right. Top-down camera, please. So we're going to start by setting up our tokens here. We have 11 tokens. They get plopped face down. Then we randomly assign 8 of the 11 to random regions. Those are going to be those regions' point values. Whoa.
Flippity flip.
It's a dexterity game. Did you know this? We should have some...
Okay, we got some extras.
Okay, perfect. All right. There's a 2 point. There's a 1 point and a Cora. There's a 1 point and a deploy.
Oh!
Wow.
3's in the corner.
3 in the corner. Okay. Then we each get to deploy 3 of our fellers. We are playing. I am Uglen. You are Alden. You are Runen. All right. So after we have deployed 3, we're going to determine who would like to be the starting player.
You're in the left.
I am on the left. Sure. Okay. Cool. Let me see. Blah, blah, blah. Top of my map.
Show us.
Whatever.
First player.
Yeah, I'm the first player. That's setup. Easy. Okay. We've all chosen our guys. That's it. We each get a gray all-seeing die. Important as well. Then we're going to run through our phases. How phases work. There are 6 in a round. First, we would do spoils. We are going to skip it here, but normally we would get certain benefits for controlling regions with these little icons. Nobody controls them in the first round, so we will skip it here. Phase 2, we are going to lay groundwork, which we're going to roll our little gray dice. Okay. It's the face we have access to for the round, and we do have to use it or lose it. We are going to deploy 2 of our little fellers to our deployment zones, and then we are going to each gain 1 of the Cora, which is our currency for the game. That's how we will be purchasing our elite troops.
Sweet.
And then we're into the draft.
Okay.
Gather up all your dice.
2 dice.
Per, yeah. 2 per player plus 1. All right, we have gotten 2 moves, 2 fights, 3 deploys. First player gets to choose first. I'm going to take some move. Move seemed good. And then it's on to Carter.
Oh, jeez.
We go clockwise from starting player.
Yeah, I guess movement.
Yeah, movement's important.
Sounds good. I'll take this.
Sure. I'll take the other deploy.
Same here.
And I'll do this one.
Some violence. And then this die is discarded. In future rounds, it will go to the person in last place. As everyone's in last place right now. And first place. What a good stasis we're in.
So we're playing co-op, right?
Yeah, that's how it works. So I'm going to...
Would you like to form an alliance?
Would you like to form an alliance?
I will gain 1 Cora with my all-seeing die. Please give me a Cora, good sir. Thank you. Stock up there. And then I'm going to move some fellers. We're going to move 2 guys over into this region. Let's actually move them over here.
All right.
So that's another thing from your deployment zone, areas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are all adjacent. It's an elevation adjacency. So these are all adjacent from your starting area. This is adjacent from these 2 areas. This is adjacent from this area.
Yes. I will be spending my movement dice.
Perfect.
That missed. Oh well. I'm going to be moving 2 troops over to this here region.
Perfect.
And then I think
there will be new Cloudspire factions in the Cloudspire campaign.
I'll spend my 1
Not
Cora.
in this one though.
And
this is Wroth.
I'm going to purchase a miner.
That's troublesome. Don't like that.
All right. I am going to sacrifice both of my dice to move on the wild track to the blue.
Cool.
And which will allow me to take 2 of my guys and move them to a region. So I'm just going to move these 2 guys over here.
Sure.
And then I'm going to snipe 1 damage into your miner.
Oh, that's good.
How dare you?
I agree with that move.
He did nothing to you.
He's busy with his pickaxe. His pickaxe is scary.
It's very true.
He pays for himself.
It's true. It's true.
Theoretically.
Let's see. I will spend my other die because I have to deploy my last 2 fellers over into this region. Really fortify over there, and I don't want to give you 2 Cora. That sounds awful. I'm going to spend 2 Cora to deploy a Karn, which is a unit that can deploy directly into an enemy-controlled region.
Nice.
How dare you?
So his miner will give him a Cora if he controls a region, but it'll give him 2 if he dominates, and I don't want him to get 2 off.
How dare you deny me my early game advantage, Santoro? All right, so I will spend my last dice, and I am going to deploy 2 troops to my deployment zone.
Perfect. Okay, so that concludes our draft and our actions phase. Oh no, you have a die left that you can spend.
Yes,
Yeah, you could snipe him.
Yeah,
You can snipe.
I'm probably
Yeah,
gonna.
you can
Yeah,
snipe.
I'll take down this guy by one life.
All right. Okay, so that was actions and the draft, and then we'd go on to scoring. We are skipping it in the first round here, but normally you would go region by region, tallying who has the majority troops. So right here, Carter would control this region; he'd get a point. If he would down here, I would control and dominate, so I would get a point plus 1. Since he controls this region, though, he does get a Cora from that miner.
Yay!
I get to collect that right now. And the last part of the round is initiative passes. He's going to pass over to the old Runin here.
It's me.
And then we're going to top off again. So starting off, we're going to gain our spoils. Nothing over here. Carter gets to make a free attack. That's annoying. Down here, I get to move 2 troops or deploy 2 troops. So I'm going to move 2 over here. And then we go to this. This is tied now. So nobody gets that benefit. And then no one's in the Cora region, so no one gets that one. After that, we are going to lay groundwork. We're going to roll our gray die. All right.
2 times.
Got
2x.
violence. We are going to each gain a Cora.
Yay.
I have some sitting over here.
I'm the banker.
And
I'm
then
not cheating.
Also, I already got one. I've got some over here that I've been hanging on to.
Okay.
And then we each get to deploy 2 fellers.
Yay.
Or regular troops. Or live. Or horde. Or
some squats.
Squats. Do some squats. And then
And I don't skip leg day.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
2 right there.
2. Perfect. All right.
Roll it up.
Nice catch.
All right.
All right, so it's my turn to.
Place
My
center.
turn.
Place center.
It's me.
It's just movement, money, deploys, and attacks.
Oh, jeez. I think this is a tough one. I think I'll just take an attack
I
dice.
just don't like it.
I'm going to take
Money.
some Cora.
Seems pretty good to get the elegance out as soon as you can. So it allows you to play Winden.
Yes.
I'll take some money as well.
I will also just take more violence.
Sure. We love violence
I'm
here.
gonna take this blue move.
Oh, that is a question. Is it Aldan or Alden?
Alden.
Alden. Okay. That is.
Manny answering
fix.
all them questions.
All them
I'll
questions.
take
yes,
the deploy
yes.
2. We're all still in last, so this is still discarded.
Okay.
All right. So starting with Carter.
So the question is.
You could spend both those attack dice to take an attack action.
Yes, I agree.
I'll allow you to do it.
So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 2 Cora. I'm going to purchase a Ram.
Okay.
First of the game. And then, out of curiosity, can I use my all-seeing dice, my 2 times, on a wild move?
Yeah, so the wild move basically takes these dice, sacrifices both of them, and that becomes your face.
All right, and then you can multiply that by 2.
Correct.
Awesome. So let's do that. I think that's a good move.
Ooh.
Here you go. And then I'm going to use my 2 times. So for the first one, I'm going to move.
So he has spent 2 dice to take the Exodus action, which lets him
Yeah.
choose a region.
This is my region.
Move it. Move all the fellers from there to any number of adjacent regions.
So I'm going to move my Ram here.
Yep.
Sure.
And then I'm going to move. Let's make a play.
No, we just talked about trying to get the 3-point region at all is a bad strategy. You just leave it alone.
Yeah, we'll go with like that.
Okay, so when the ram moves into a region, it deals 1 damage to the region.
Get
it
outta
also
here.
displaces some troops, but you don't
need to
do that right
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
Can you displace your own troops?
I believe as intended, no.
Okay.
Can't just shove Bill and Frank two
Get
two
some
spaces
free
over.
movement
No.
out of those guys.
Yeah.
No.
You've also doubled that phase.
And then, yeah, using my double,
So
I will
use
be
that one.
dispersing from here. I'm gonna move. 3 up the hill.
Sure.
There you go.
Perfect.
I will gain a Cora
Mm-hmm.
for my turn. Andrew's next.
All right, perfect. Let me see here. I will be annoyed at the ram. Right.
So you're taking Gilly's places.
Yeah, pretty much. You have no more actions.
Yeah,
though.
he's
Yeah,
done.
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
Jazz hands.
gonna use this to gain a Cora, and then I'll see what happens.
wait and see how Manny plays it.
It's my favorite aspect of this game is how much you
The
get
the
to,
wait and see part?
Yeah,
Yeah.
wait and see.
Okay, first up, let's get a buddy. Put him in my deployment zone. We're going to elegant, which then adds 1 additional troop to deployment with him.
Mm-hmm.
Gets a little assistant.
Perfect.
Then we're going to not do that yet. We're going to then do a
Movement.
move to or add to. I will move.
And while you're thinking that through, I will take a question I saw before we cut to break was questioning visibility. I will say on camera in general, this is going to look less visible than it will in person. That's just how any game works, certainly ours, and certainly how far we have to put the camera back to cover the full spread of the game. Pretty highly visible already, and these pieces specifically are going to lose their translucency, which will certainly make them more
purchase
visible on
that.
a board. But yeah, right now there's not really any sort of issue with me seeing who is where or what right now. I
Okay.
don't like any of this.
There you go. You're up.
Well, you
Your
get to go
last move.
last, so
Yeah, good
You do get to
for
go
me.
last.
I
See,
do get-
advantages
I know,
to going
right?
last.
For advantages, for sure.
Always feels good to go last.
yeah.
And first.
Let's see.
And middle.
It's just perfect to go at any point. The game's the best. We're gonna spend 2 Cora
Santoro, we
again.
can be friends.
We're gonna deploy this Karn directly into this region,
No.
enemy controlled region.
No.
We're gonna use our assault phase to kill 2 of these fellows.
Can't do this
Ooh.
to me.
Or Deadzo.
Put them over here in this corner. This
Then
will be
we're gonna
the
deploy
graveyard.
2 fellows into a region I occupy.
Nice.
Thank you.
Excellent movement.
All right. So that is all of my things. I've burnt my mats. So we're on to scoring.
Score.
Up here, Carter controls and dominates, so blue gets 4 points. Over here, control and dominate, so you get 2.
And
Two.
then,
This doesn't give a bonus?
Nope.
Okay, so
Yes.
2 points and you get 2 Cora as well.
yay.
That's annoying. Down here, I control and dominate, so olive or gray or whatever we're calling this, 2 points. Over here, nothing. We are contested. Over here,
Control.
Manny
3.
controls for 2 plus 1 for that unit. Over here,
I get 2, 3, 4.
4 points. In here, I get 1 point plus 1 for this feller,
So 2.
and no one's in the center. So
Alright.
that is,
So for expediency, I think we played a 30, just because I think we're
Yeah.
on a little tighter schedule. But
yeah. I think that's still being discussed as well. So
yeah, it's definitely up for debate as to what is the appropriate
Sounds
level.
30,
Sounds
40,
good.
35, 33.
Yeah, 32.
Yeah,
32 -ish is a
32
good
and a
number.
half. All right, so on to you, Manny. Initiative has passed, so then we are getting our benefits. So nothing here.
Spoils.
Carter gets a free attack.
Now, it's not just from this region, if I'm not.
It is as
mistaken.
though you were using that die face. So you can launch an attack from a region you occupy or an adjacent region.
So the question is, do I want to start chipping down? You know, Santoro, I think we need to inevitably fight here.
Need to have a talk.
All right. Well, over here, we get to go ahead to either move to or deploy to. I'm going to move to over here. So then we're going to move over to here. This person who is me, huh?
Wow,
To deploy
That's
to.
weird.
So I'm
It's
going to
almost
deploy
like-
to a region I occupy right here. And then over here I get a Cora.
Wow.
That's like 3 free dice faces I
it's
just
true.
got to
It's
take.
true.
Man, you need to get in the game here, man.
We definitely need our alliance now.
So then laying
Agreed.
groundwork.
great
We're going
die.
to roll our die. Perfect. We all gain a Cora.
What's that Gimli quote?
Take a
Never
Cora.
thought I'd fight side by side with an elf.
You are
It's
the
true.
dwarf and the elf, aren't
It's
you?
true, actually.
And I am the orcs. So
I
we
think
get to deploy 2
we
fellas
win
as
if
well.
he loses. That's
Yeah,
really
right?
that's the
Very
lesson.
true.
Easy.
So remember to deploy 2.
Yep.
We gained our Cora. We
Oh.
rolled our gray die. Perfect. All right. So then we roll these dice.
All right, my turn. Why not?
I think just all. Yeah, my favorite chicken.
Ho.
Right.
All right, let's go. I'll take a nice maneuver.
oh.
Exodus.
Yes, please. There's another one for me.
Um,
Although I've
Funny
been
thing
doing
is-
a pretty good job of dispersing.
I don't think I need the Exodus.
You.
Yeah.
So
You got your sweet
got
win.
it.
I want
I
some
gave it to
violence.
you last time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I only know fighting words
Huh.
like darn and shoot.
Those are fighting
So
words.
currently, you're going to get last die.
Yes. I
So
sure am. Oh, I'm in last place.
you
Yes.
are currently
We
last
can work
place.
together, Manny.
I know. I know.
Mm.
Boy, I think I kind of want to. I want to fight. I want to do more fighting. So
Huh. Yeah. So I'm gonna get either of those. Deploying is starting to get not great for me. I'm gonna take an attack. So
That's probably good. I think I will take this. And
there you go. You get the
Santoro
last
gets
die.
yeah, money.
some more money.
Okay,
Money,
so
money,
I am
money.
first up.
Sure. Oh,
Let's see here. I got 5 folks.
Shannon, why aren't you here for this launch? You should have made the trek up from
To maneuver.
Canada or down from Canada.
You know, to the beautiful sunny state of Minnesota.
I mean, it's like 60 out. Like
You've got it
it's
all
pretty
this
sunny
well.
out.
It's pretty nice.
It is
Not
very
bad
nice.
out right now.
I think we're
Yeah.
going to
Yep.
jump up here.
Love it.
We're going to
You two can certainly.
Friends, right?
Yeah, you two can certainly
we're
team up on that
friends,
three-pointer.
friends to the end. I'm going to use my gray though to take
Not
out 2
allowed.
of yours, and I'm going to use a wind and then to reinforce here.
Nice.
Hate it.
Okay.
Not a fan. I am going to.
Actually, I'll reinforce up there. Sorry.
No,
Oh,
you're
that's
good.
all good.
That makes sense. I'm gonna just gain a money. Give me the money, actually.
Money, please.
Money, please. And then I'll pass.
All right. So here's the real question: Is
Any questions of note?
do I attack?
Mostly just
immediately?
talking about troop visibility and everything. It is already very visible and will become more so. Is my line. It is
Yeah.
for sure hard to see on camera, though. I definitely understand the question. It's not the best.
So my Stoics are
but nothing
also
else.
2 cost.
Yep.
All right. In that case, I think we need to start getting Santoro off of these extra bonus squares.
I agree
I'm
with that
losing.
choice.
I've got
Losing.
4 points. That's
I-
gonna stay
Sitting
that
on
way,
3
I'm
Cora.
sure.
I completely
Two
agree with your
dice.
plan.
In this case,
I'm only going last. Don't worry about me.
I think I'm gonna. Oh, jeez.
Hmm,
I mean, I'm gonna just do the opposite of what dwarves usually do.
good boy.
We can go up that.
You're gonna go up the hill?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I got you.
You gotta go up the hill to go under the hill.
We're gonna do some attacking. Let's do. Why don't we even this out just a little bit up there?
Sure,
Best
sure,
buzz.
sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
And then that was the.
sorry, that was
There.
my
Okay,
last attack die.
Got it. Okay, let's spend. Don't love it. I'm not a fan.
My man's sitting on 3 Cora, 2
Yeah.
action dice, is alternating dice, and goes,
It's
I
got
don't
an
know.
attack die over there. I don't love the attack die is the problem. So let's spend 2 Cora, plop out a nameless.
Okay.
What's his name? Sorry.
I forget.
It is, his name is actually nameless. So,
Gilly's not here. Someone has to make bad jokes.
I will Exodus, which is less impressive of an Exodus than most. I feel. I'm gonna plop this feller up there.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll also pop an extra feller up there.
Well, remind me what the nameless ability is.
It's not important. Don't worry
Deals
about
damage
it.
based on its health value.
Ah.
When you
I
attack
see.
in a region with a
Don't
nameless,
worry about it.
I see what's about to happen.
he might just be able to do 3 damage to that region.
Woof.
I have to leave this 3-point alone if I do that, which is rough. It's a big pile of points for Manny. I will even this out down here.
Manny could use the points.
Yeah, I know. He's in.
I'm okay.
He's in.
I'm in the
first.
I'm in the middle-ish.
Yeah, the front of the middle. Yeah. That's what we call
Yes,
first
yes,
place.
Yes.
I'm gonna
middle is fine.
assault in that
Middle
corner.
seats.
Yes, middle seat.
So normally this
middle-ish.
would deal 2 damage.
Mhm.
This is dealing 3.
I'm
instead.
assuming
It does 3 total. He gets to pick where it
are
goes.
we.
Yeah, let
Just
me
sniping
see.
both my
I'm
units
certainly
here.
killing the ram.
Oh, how dare you!
Yeah, I should kill that too.
Bang.
Get that extra core out of there. You don't want him to get extra bonuses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's very
it's true.
true. Yep. Yep.
All right.
Oh. I can't do anything about that though. Yeah. Okay.
In this instance, it's now my turn,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and I think I'm going to.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I don't love that.
Is it time?
For playing at 30
Oh,
points, you know.
Is
like-
it time?
Yeah.
Is it time to feat?
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna use my feat card. So the rune in once per game, I can gather a ram. Now, gathering linguistically in this game means that it doesn't have to be on the board. It
It's
can be
from anywhere. Yes.
So I will be taking a ram. This is my ram.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Gather can also be from dead,
Yes.
Yeah.
which rams can't be, but
No.
my guys can
Yes. So I'm going to deploy them to any region, and I'm going to move that ram up to 3 times for no cost. So we're going to go a 1, and then 3 movements after that. So if I'm not mistaken, if I start here, I don't deal any damage.
Nope. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Wherever you
So-
start, you don't.
I want to start here.
Okay.
Go 1,
Mm-hmm.
dealing a damage.
Now you could, not to tell me what you do, but you could boost that damage to 2 with a Korra. Just saying is all.
See,
Just
that
saying.
is a fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
I mean, all information's
Is that,
open,
is
right?
that boosted for the turn for all of the moves
It's
of that?
specifically that attack.
That is
Okay.
That movement.
So I'll deal an additional, and then we'll go 2.
Mhm.
I'll knock out. I'll
So
just
now
knock
when
out
you
some-
moved in there, you can push. Remember.
yes,
Yeah,
So
So-
you could have pushed
push.
both his guys into this region.
Mhm.
That's true.
I'll be killing them shortly here. I still have my action dice.
Okay.
And you can.
I will be
I
shoving
wanna-
these 2.
Okay.
So in this
Alright.
instance,
Somewhere friendly.
um,
Yeah, you should put them there because then
Yeah.
they become useless.
useless, right?
I mean, for this turn.
And then-
That's true.
We'll go 3, and then so I'm gonna deal. Or sorry, I didn't even deal damage. No, yes, I did.
Yeah, you did.
I'll take out one of your troops, Centauro, and then I'm
Not
going to push these 2 down the hill to here.
Yep. That's a good spot.
And then
Forcing
so that's
the tie.
my once per feat or once per turn
once per-
game
Once per game.
action. So after all that, I still have my regular move. So I'm going to 2 times an attack dice here.
Okay.
Wipe out
Uh-oh.
these guys.
Yeah.
And then I will.
Nameless never gets to stick around for long.
Yeah, I
People
will
like to target them.
Mm-hmm. And it makes sense. They should like to target them.
Yeah, I'm going to deploy not 1 but 2 miners.
Okay.
There, into a region I occupy.
So now notice that in a region you occupy, you gain +1 and 2. It's not per. So you so like put it in the other one up here.
That is also fair.
Would then
Thank you.
get you that
Thank you,
second.
good sir. I guess in that, maybe I just even out the numbers and then we both are tied there.
A wash. What do you say?
Okay, I like that.
Your shake on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was mine.
All right. So after that
Okay.
crazy turn,
I
notice.
We'll just again for visibility. It is a camera thing. Like it is. These
Yep.
are 100% visible to everyone in here. Like
Yes.
Yes, I can
it,
totally
it is
tell.
not an issue if you have this game in front of you and you're not playing through a camera. You'll be fine. It is the camera thing.
Yeah.
Um,
After all that, Manny has no action dice.
Yep.
It's true.
I
Skip
have the
straight over to
last action.
Santoro.
Yep.
I get to choose what region I control out of these two here. One's worth more points, but one gives me a thing.
It's true.
I guess I could control both. I can
could,
control
actually.
both, yeah. So I will use this attack die to attack one of these orange boys dead.
Okay.
And then I will use my Cora to parasite and kill this orange guy.
Okay. Sounds good.
So then we go on to scoring. Yeah, that was me.
Okay.
So up here, it's a wash.
Yep.
Nothing. No Cora gained either. Over here, you control and dominate, so you get 2 points, and 2 Cora. Down here, I just control, so I get 1 point.
Yes.
Over here, I control, I get 1 point. In here, I control plus this guy, so I get 3 points. In center, you control,
Yes.
so you get 1 point.
Yep.
And then in center, no one's there. We also skip that one because no one's there.
Yep. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, last place.
Nice. And by not a lot.
By
that's,
2.
That's the way you want it.
That's perfect.
All right. So then top of round, we gain our spoils. Nothing over here. Free attack for Carter.
So I can be in an adjacent region to one that I'm in, correct?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You just
So
take the attack action.
if I just go like this.
Yep.
Exactly.
Ooh, you're not supposed to see it.
Oh
All right,
wow!
down here. Move to or deploy to. I'm going first this round. I'll move 2 into here.
Raggy.
Oh, no, that's not going to do anything, is it? Oh, this is happening before. I'll move 1 over here. That makes sense.
Oh.
Do I have to take the full move 2, or can I? It's up to 2?
It does say you may have said move 2 troops to an adjacent region. I think if you only had 1, you could choose to move 1, but I believe if you're choosing to move, you move both.
Okay. Well. Okay, but over here, I deploy 2 to a region I occupy.
Mm-hmm.
Bloop.
Okay. Perfect.
Yep,
So
and
done.
then you get a Cora.
Yay.
And then laying groundwork, we roll our gray die. We gain a Cora. We deploy 2 fellers. Bloop.
And then we all gain 1 Cora. Did you already get yours?
I got
And-
my Cora, yeah.
Awesome. All right, so I'll get my 1 per turn.
Oh yeah, and then the font on the player maps is very not final. These files were sent over about 3 days before Lunar New Year, and they printed them
Yeah.
very quickly. We were not sent any sort of tests and like thumbs up to
Also,
this
the-
is just
The symbols on
prototypes. Just
a few
very
of
nice looking
these
prototypes.
and up here will be the
Yeah,
same.
they do
as-
not match currently,
yeah,
but they
rolled
will
it.
in the actual. So we deployed 2, gained 1, rolled die.
Okay, go for it.
All of these are rolled now.
Good variety.
Interesting pile.
A lot of money.
Interesting. I only have 1 money, but more money is almost guaranteed. It is guaranteed if I want it. I'll take the X of this.
Okay. Oop, that's you, not me. I was
Yeah.
going to grab a die, but that's not my turn.
Excuse me.
I was so excited
Take your
to.
turn whenever.
I was so just like he who plays fastest plays first.
Yeah, that's how it should work.
I think I'm going to take the movement.
Okay.
Do you have any idea how big the art book will be? Also, who is playing is Andrew Santoro, social media coordinator for Chip Theory, Manny Tremblay, designer of game and artist of game, and Carter, our new intern. Does a lot of social media help over here.
Huzzah!
The size of the art book, I believe it's planned to be 48 pages.
Oh, that's sizable.
Hefty,
It's-
hefty, hefty.
I would guess in that 32 to 48. I mean,
Do you know, like,
Currently it's-
dimensionally?
I believe they're 8-inch square pages. So
Oh, okay, cool.
Nice.
folded
I like a
open, it would be a
square book.
16 by 8.
Oh, that's a good size.
It's not
Santoro,
egregious, but yeah.
It is
it's
your
me.
turn to draft.
And I get the
You
last
got
die.
a real-
I get the last die.
Real awesome choice here.
Yeah,
Would you like
I
a-
want both an attack and a money, but
You get 1.
that's not what's predominant.
And I'll take the other.
I get the cash.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna. You get
Oh,
an
and I go
attack.
last.
I know you get to go.
Advantageous.
You get to go double last.
Double last.
Double last. Let me see here. I mean, I'm gonna do the old. I can't prevent anything. Yeah, I'm just gonna gain a money and see what everyone else does.
Understandable. I think I am going to spend some currency.
Mm-hmm.
Going to deploy this ram. Then I think I'm also gonna just. Oh, jeez. Let's save the rest for now. I'll use an attack dice.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to deal 1 damage to one of these little friends.
I don't love it. Just feeling up his feet.
And then, yeah, that's true. At the
Making
same
my
time,
feet- you're making my feet better.
yeah, no, I'll pass over.
I'm gonna just gain a Cora, please.
Yep. You get
Huzzah.
to just sit back for so long.
Just gonna wait for a little bit.
bit. Kind of want to take out some of your guys to make it so you can't do your big special attack, which is. It's also a completely empty region right now.
There's
2.
1.
Yeah.
Oh, 2, yeah.
Just depends if you want the help.
Oh yeah, the very very top. I can't get there. Not anytime soon. I'm gonna spend 2 to pop out a nameless.
Okay.
I will then exodize. Where are we going? Let's see. Wish I had one more Cora.
You can just drafted another one.
Ram. The Ram. So I'm gonna
He
move.
isn't bothering nobody.
I'm gonna move 2 folks here. Feels good. And then I'll actually do that.
All right.
And then we're gonna use this to attack that region for 3.
That's a snipe dice.
It is. It attacks a region when the nameless is there. It does 3 instead of 1.
How dare you?
Sure does.
That's crazy. And good.
I mean, you're about to ram that area and just immediately undo what I just did, so
Yeah.
it's a little less good.
Yeah,
but
I know.
I appreciate it. It's fun for the moment. I get to be very excited right now.
So I think in that case, I'm just gonna purchase a second ram,
Get out of town.
and then I'm gonna use a movement dice. I'm going to move these 2 here.
Boo.
I'll tick down the nameless by 2 with the damage.
Oh.
Hey Manny, has this successfully replaced Risk with your kids?
Has this replaced Risk with my kids? Yes. I think
Good.
to a certain extent, yes. They still very much love the idea of getting together with their friends to play a 4-hour game of Risk. But like I said, we played. They are both acutely aware that we can do this game in about an hour, and so
you could
that
do
makes
4
for
of
a
this.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes for a fun evening where. And my older son is like, I can't win yet. He's like, I need to play until I can beat you. And he's gotten
your older
so
son,
close. He's
Josh
gotten-
Welgus.
I'm not that old.
And then finishing my turn here,
Uh-huh.
I'll use my snipe dice.
Boo.
There's a great place for it. I mean, there's tons of good things you could snipe.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could even out. No, you couldn't even out.
I think I'll even out here.
Oh, that doesn't even.
Or not even
that
out.
takes
I'll take control.
That's-
I'll provoke
Alright.
Manny.
yeah,
So-
Space Manny has a lot of
all
time
right.
to make up for that.
So
Though.
now
You get 2 consecutive
I
turns.
get 2 consecutive terms. How long we got?
We are 10-1, so
Okay, so we have 10
we're
minutes.
wrapping up quickly here. Yes.
That's fine.
Speed run.
I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm going to 2x Cora.
Here you go.
Okay. Then I'm going to attack. And I think I will attack there with my black die.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to feat this turn.
Ooh, 2 to each region.
2 to every region on the map that has troops.
Yep.
So we'll start here and we will remove those 2
Mhm.
from region 1. Over here, we're going to remove your minor.
Mhm.
Down here, we will remove these 2.
Boo.
Over here, we will remove these 2.
All
Right here, we'll remove the 1.
Mhm.
Over here, remove those. Up here, we want to
The pain train.
tie that out. I'm then going to volley.
Nice.
I already have this one, but I'm going to volley to remove him completely.
No.
And then I'm going to volley a second time
Oh my goodness.
to then I have this one. There's nobody here. You're going to get 2 if I let you have it. I like that tie up there. That's real pleasant. I would like you to be removed from that region altogether.
Ooh.
And that ends my turn.
It's quite the turn.
All right, let's do some scoring then.
All right.
Scoring.
This is probably the last score.
Yeah,
Yes.
scoring control,
I'm gonna
dominate.
win at this
So 4,
score, so it's-
5. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, this is 5 points.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I'm want to stop when I win.
Over here,
but-
you get 2.
Yep, because I dominate.
Over here, Manny gets 2 plus 1, so 3.
Yep.
Down here, it's a tie.
Yep.
Over here, Manny gets 2 plus 1 plus 1, so 4. Over here, I get 3. In here, we tie and nothing.
Yep.
Woof. Initiative pass.
Huzzah.
Yeah. And I think with 8 minutes left and me firmly in first place,
I see how
it'd be
you
a
see
great opportunity to end this game.
Now, let me see. I mean, I will. I'll keep us going until we can officially hand it off.
Yeah, we can keep playing. I'm totally
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I'll keep refreshing until I see that they're good. All right. But yeah, so that was the end. So then we would do spoils. Carter would get a free attack.
Yay. This one.
Boo.
Uh-oh. Who's got 10?
Boo.
Who's got 10 guys together?
Okay. You get to move to or deploy to, Manny.
Okay, move to, deploy to. Let's I think deployed to sounds pleasant.
Perfect. Over
Nothing.
here, nothing. Nothing. Carter gets a Cora. Nothing.
Ooh,
All right.
Nicely done with the attack up there. to get
Yeah.
yourself that Cora.
Ugh, didn't want to see it. Now we lay our groundwork. We roll our gray die. We get a Cora. We deploy 2 fellas.
I'm a Magic the Gathering player. I'm used to abusing
All
priority.
about- It's a 5
Good old
here.
lightning bolt.
Let's go.
And then we all get.
Wow.
Did everyone get their once per turn core?
I got one.
Yes, I did as well.
Whoa.
Lots of exodizing.
I mean, I'm a fan of exoduses.
So this is
I think that's the proper term.
huh.
That's my favorite Bible book.
Exoduses. Woof. Okay. Huh. Ha. Feels bad. Moving.
You're gonna get the last. No, you're gonna get the last 2. This time.
Yes.
I think we'll take a little bit of fight
I'll also take a little bit of fight.
and drop ship some dudes.
Yay.
All right.
My family's determined they're never going to call it by the rule book names since we've been using
Yeah.
dropship and all move and
All
move
move.
guys and like fight. Like
All move
Yeah.
works really well.
All right.
Exodus sounds more like
So-
thematic. All right, so we all did our
Mm-hmm.
playing groundwork. We did the draft. Now we're into action. So yeah, Carter, you are up.
I'll maybe move some troops. So I can pick 2 troops, pick them up here.
reinforce.
hate it.
Let's see here. I think I would like to contribute to the downfall of this character.
Boo.
Just contributing to the evening of the playing field.
Yeah,
all I'm doing.
sure.
Man, I think officially we're not friends anymore.
Alliance
I think
over.
the 8-point deficit here is official.
Shun?
Yep.
Unshun.
I'm gonna need you to switch seats with Santoro.
Okay.
As we can properly strategize against your back.
Friendship with Manny is over.
Good.
Santoro
my
is my
family
new
that-
best friend now.
I tell my family there are no children or spouses in board games.
True.
Oh man.
I have neither of those anyway. So
Let's flop 10,
You're gold. You're fine.
$10 up here.
10. That's a few.
No, it's quite a bit. 5 minutes. Oh boy. Let's go ahead and we will assault these two.
Okay.
Assaulted.
I feel assaulted.
You should, because that is what has happened exactly. And then I will even out this a little bit.
Perfect.
And that is my action.
For me, I will simply send two of my friends
Sure.
right there.
Okay. So. Oh, did I? I didn't use. I only used my gray die the first turn.
Oh.
I actually didn't even use my second die.
Oh,
Oh,
You cheater. How dare you?
He's wandering.
Okay.
I believe it was this region that you attacked.
I'm pretty.
Do you want to just take another chip off there?
Yeah, I did that. So I'll just remove one more from that.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
Back
so
to
now
you.
I'm back. Now it's back to me. Pretend like I'm playing the game in sequence, and I will do my Exodus or all move. You got to move 2 there.
Sure.
So you got an all move coming your way.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not going to worry at all about it.
Good idea. I concur.
And then we'll go there. You got some rams, so if I put anything in here, you're not going to move. Well, you might be able to move them.
I will not be able to move them
We could Exodus that region.
if I wished. Yes.
Good. We're going to go there. And I have a Winden, which he's going to join his buddy right there.
All right.
Sure. And I would
Take your final move.
move 2.
All right. So in this instance, I think I'm going to spend 2 Cora. Purchase 2 miners. Put them here. I'm going to see here. Is there any way I can somehow balance out? Because I'm the final move here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can do an attack and an all move with your 4 dudes.
And the ram says, after removing ram, 2 opposing troops. So I have to choose 2. But it can be 2 from, or 1 from different factions?
Yep.
Cool. All right, so I'm going to do my Exodus from this
Uh-huh.
tile here. I think I'm going to go with, I'll leave 1 miner behind. I'm going to go with, let's see here.
Yeah, this is pretty. That's a rough one.
This ram's going to go here.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to deal 1 point of damage to this little troop.
Little troop's
I'm going to shove this one over here
Sure.
and this one back into there.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I'm going to do a miner to the top of the hill.
Nice.
Going to do
Makes sense.
3 dudes here
To tie it. Okay.
to tie. And then,
Oh, no.
Use
No
my
longer
house.
tying.
yeah, we're just going to remove this homie.
That's less of a tie now.
Huh. All right. Is that your
Okay.
whole
That
This
was
is
deal?
my
score.
turn.
Wow, he's out. Okay, yeah. Scoring over here, I get 3 points.
Hey.
Yes.
Over there, you control and dominate 2 points.
Yeah.
Down here, Manny
and-
gets 3 points. Over here, Manny gets 1 point. Over here, you get 3 points. Over here, you get 2
2.
points. In here, you get
0 points.
2 points.
No,
Tied.
0.
Oh, tied.
And
No
2
And
on
then
top.
top of
2
the
on
hill,
the
I get
top.
2.
You get 4 Cora. though.
Now I get, I do not get 4 Cora because this is a tie, so I don't control.
Oh, yes.
I only get
you
2 from the
2.
dominate at the top of the hill. So,
Oh, yeah, and you have 1 minor held back. Gotcha.
Yep. Well, there we go.
and then
Now I still officially won. So at the end of that round,
It's less of a landslide.
it's less of
Yep.
a win. It's
Yeah,
true.
we will call it there because it is exactly 1. So, ask us any last minute questions that you might have. We're going to do some wrap up here. But this campaign is live. It's going to be live for the next 17 days. Pick it up now. We are just hit our 2nd stretch goal, I think. I
Sweet.
believe. Nice. Awesome. We're doing quite well. Quick question. Ari asked, French during Kickstarter. I don't know. There is a French video out. But yeah, French language
cool.
is there. So Yeah, check out. I'm really bad with the name, but the video is on the campaign page, I believe, and if it's not, I'll send it over. But there's a campaign video, or a video from a French creator. How can you guys speak about the strategy/luck ratio since there's dice drafting involved? I can speak specifically to that. If someone's rolling poorly, they're rolling poorly for the whole table. You're drafting from the same pool. So unless you roll like one good face, and that keeps happening for like one specific player, which just probability-wise very low.
Yeah. Also, even if you have 2 dice that are worthless, you can still exchange them.
Yeah, you can always
for the
burn 2
menu up
dice to
there.
take an action off the menu.
Yep.
I don't know what you would want an exclusive teaser of. Are there more stretch goals planned already?
Plenty.
Yeah.
Plenty of stretch goals.
Yeah. There's plenty. We just aren't going to put them up yet because we'll put them up as they become necessary. We will never overextend on stretch goals because we do end up having to. We're not a FOMO company in any way. All of our stretch goals are in the final game, so we're not going to put extra stuff on the page until it becomes necessary. So yeah.
So I mean, if you
'Cause
back
it's all
now,
there. Make the game big, and école de jeu. That's our French fellow, JP over there.
Say it again. Can you say that again one more time?
No, I think I did it perfect
For the
already. I think your ears are bad.
one more time in the back of the class. No.
Let me see. You guys speak about strategy. Guys, good question. Already got that. I don't know any more about French during the campaign. I know Lucky Duck sometimes does like translated updates. I don't remember. I think they did that on Elder Scrolls. I don't want to promise that though because I don't 100% recall. But French is listed as one of our languages on the thing, so it will be there.
Sweet.
Should fulfill.
Who's gonna win this game?
Well,
Me.
I mean,
Right?
I
If
won.
we went like
You're
another
close.
2
I mean,
turns.
I get the last turn.
We
and
were
the
playing to
next one.
23.
Oh,
So-
whoa!
Oh, what?
Yeah,
This is
you
the
guys
new
didn't
variant.
know that? You didn't know we were playing to 23? Yeah, that's the new end goal. No.
Yes, Lucky Duck is
Starting to see why
our
Gilly
French partner.
took the stream off.
No.
Yeah, last round we were playing till 17, I believe.
I think that was true, actually.
All right. So, any last final thoughts from anybody? Otherwise, let me see here. Is there a storage insert? No, I don't think there needs to be one. I mean, if you've played our games, we often just have the components made in a way that they stack well into the box pretty well. So I guess no, that's true for Too Many Bones, but nothing else. There'll be some sort of storage solution, but it's not like a exclusive designed thing.
Yeah.
It just fit nicely. Our games all fit nicely in the box.
Yep, with room for the 2 expansion factions.
Yes, the Space Game box will certainly fit everything that's in this campaign, unless you want to put your art book and your metal art prints into the box. Those will not fit, I don't believe. And they shouldn't, because they should be displayed proudly.
Yeah.
Is there a storage insert? I asked that one. Hoping for troop markers to have the emblem on both sides. I don't know if that's the case. I don't think it will be. I'm pretty sure it's going to be on the top. Don't quote me on that, because we just unlocked that, so I have no idea what that do.
Obviously, campaigns for the next 17 days.
Yeah, campaign
More
for the next 17
information
days. That
in the
update will
future.
be coming, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But there will be more gameplay for this over on. Link is in the comments if you just want to click it. If you want to type it in as I speak it, it's twitch.tv/GoodTimeSociety. I'll be doing some coverage here. I believe they will also be doing a giveaway. That is, I don't know if it's going to be in this stream or an upcoming one, but they are doing a giveaway of this game. So check that out if you're interested in possibly getting a free copy. That's the best price to pay for anything, honestly.
True.
3D convex emblem. So probably just one side. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just one side, but you never know. You never know. All right. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. We love y'all. Have a good one. Support the campaign. Check out the campaign. Gamefound.com/ I don't know, Wroth probably. Just go to Gamefound and search Wroth. Look, the link's below.
Yeah.
Click the link. Don't type it in. And I think we're good here.